So from Fit2Fat2Fit, I have done some other journeys where I documented these journeys, and the most recent one was this one called Gluten-free Fat2Fit. And most people out there have heard of the gluten-free diet. It's very popular. It's become a really fad diet that a lot of celebrities endorse, and pretty much anyone's heard of it. And so what I wanted to do, because it's become so popular and it's become a billion-dollar industry, is I wanted to show both sides of this diet. I wanted to expose the unhealthy side of it first, because nobody's talking about how unhealthy it can be if you do it the wrong way. So for 2 months, I show people how not to eat the gluten-free diet. I ate 100% gluten-free for 2 months, and I gained 20 pounds. I doubled my body fat percentage and showed people my blood work compared to my baseline, and showed just how unhealthy I became in 2 months' time. Now in those 2 months, I still exercised 3 days a week. I did CrossFit those 3 days, which are, really high intense workouts, yet I still gained 20 pounds and I doubled my body fat percentage, eating everyday typical American foods, but were labeled gluten-free. I wanted to show people that just because something's labeled gluten-free doesn't mean it's healthy. So I ate foods like gluten-free bread, gluten-free chips, gluten-free pasta, gluten-free pizza, gluten-free crackers, gluten-free cookies. Anything that had a label that said gluten-free on it is what I ate for 2 months. 37% of people believe that if something's labeled gluten-free, it's automatically healthier for them than the non-gluten-free foods. And I wanted to show people that just because it's labeled gluten-free doesn't mean it's healthy. So that was the first 2 months. The second 2 months is I wanted to educate people on how to eat gluten-free the healthy way. So if you choose to be gluten-free because you feel like you're gluten sensitive, or if you have celiac disease and you're forced to be gluten-free, I wanted to educate people on how to eat gluten-free the healthy way as I lost the weight and got back in shape. So I continued to do CrossFit 3 days a week. So my exercise stayed constant. It didn't change at all. What changed was my diet and the quality of my calories. I ate 3,500 calories in the first phase, but I still gained 20 pounds. It was just the quality of the calories was really, really bad. The second phase, I still ate 3,500 calories, but ate clean whole foods that were didn't need to be labeled gluten-free. The other cool thing that I wanted to implement in was XOJO, and show people how I went 2 months in the first phase without using XOJO at all. And noticed a big difference. I missed being able to recover quicker from my CrossFit workouts. So I was sore after every single day of doing these CrossFit workouts because my diet was poor, and then I didn't use products like XOJO to help me recover. Well, in phase 2, I used XOJO to help me recover because it is naturally gluten-free. And so I was able to use that pre, intra, and post-workout on these 3 days that I did CrossFit. So going back to my CrossFit workouts, using XOJO this time, yes, I was able to recover a lot faster than I did in the first phase using XOJO every single day that I did these workouts. If you can recover quicker, you can push your body harder and longer in the next workout because you're not as sore as you were, if you didn't use a product like XOJO, right? If you're still sore, it's hard to push yourself harder and longer because of that lactic acid buildup. And so for me, being able to recover quicker allowed me to push harder and longer in my next workout. So I probably got a lot more out of my workouts and was a lot more efficient in my workouts using XOJO in phase 2, even though my workouts were the same. It's just my efficiency in phase 1 versus phase 2 wasn't the same because I was able to use XOJO in phase 2, which made me more efficient, increased my endurance, helped my muscles recover faster, which allowed my body to burn more fat in the end. So that's kind of one of the benefits of using XOJO, and that's why I'll continue to always use XOJO to fuel me during my workouts in the future.